Okay, so we're going to try division a little differently. We call this synthetic division. So instead of writing it as big polynomials or doing the American division that we were doing last night, we're going to set things up a little different. The key is to look at the coefficients in front of each variable, okay? So we have 1, -2, -3, and 12. So we're going to write those just down like this. So 1, -2, -3, and 12. And instead of doing a box up like this, we're going to do a box underneath. And while we do the box underneath, we're going to leave room underneath these numbers because we need to put a row of stuff here. The next thing we need to look at is what are we dividing this polynomial by? Again, we're going to drop the variables. We don't care about the variables. We're going to look at strictly what number is here. Okay? And this is +2. And we want to take the opposite and put it down here. Okay, so the opposite of +2 is -2. Okay, we're almost ready. We're almost set up. There's one more thing we got to do. We got to take your darkest color that you have, typically a black. Okay, you need to just draw a line right here. Okay, and I'll explain the purpose of that line when we get there, but that's just what we need to do. You also need to come to the very first term and you need to write an arrow down and put that number down here on the bottom. Okay, we are officially set up to do synthetic division. So this is how it works. Is we take our -2 over here and we multiply to this number. Okay, so -2 times 1. And then we put that number right here. So -2 times 1 is -2. Okay? And now, instead of doing subtraction, we're just going to add, because adding's easier. So -2 plus -2 is -4. So now the next step will be to take that -2 again, and we're going to multiply it against the new term we got, which is -4, and then that number is going to go right here. So -2 times -4 is +8. Okay, and we're going to add again. This is why it's easier, is we're always adding instead of subtracting. So now we have -3 plus 5, or plus 8 is 5. Okay, and I'll come back here, take out my arrows. And then the last thing to do is, I'm sure you guessed it already, is to do -2 times 5, and then this number goes right here. So -2 times 5 is -10. We're going to add the two numbers, and that gives us +2. We have completed our synthetic division. So now the key is how do we write these terms? So we started with an x cubed, okay? This first term that we got back, that is going to be 1 degree smaller. So this is going to now be our x squareds. Okay, this next term will be our x, so -4x. And then the next term will be our constant, +5. And over here, this is our remainder. That's why we put the line there to represent this is the remainder that we have. So we have a remainder of 2. Okay, but when we have a remainder, we want to set the remainder as 1 over whatever our denominator is. So we have 2 x over 2s. Okay, so our answer, and this is plus, is this right here. Okay, so let's do one more, just so you guys can see it one more time. Okay, this time we're going to have the polynomial of 4x cubed minus 200x plus 28. We're going to divide by x minus 7. Okay, so we're going to look at the coefficients and we're going to drop all the variables out of the way. However, we need to be careful because we have 4x cubed, so we're going to put 4 there to represent the x cubed. However, we got to remember that there's a plus 0x squared here, and we need to take care of all degrees of x as we do these divisions. So we're going to put 0, and then x is our next degree, so we'll put -200, and then we have the constant, 28. Okay, we're going to make a box underneath, and we're going to leave room. we're going to take a dark color or whatever color will help you remember. We're going to put a line here, and we're going to draw the arrow down to give 4. And then we're going to come over to what we're dividing by, and we're going to grab the opposite of this. So we're going to put in positive 7. Now we're going to start going through our multiplications. So we'll do 7 times 4 is 28. Okay, and we're going to add these. That will give us 28. Now we're going to do 7 times 28. And I don't know what that is, so I'm going to do that real quick on my board. 14 is 196 is what I got. I hope that's right. You guys can check me and let me know if I'm wrong. And then we're going to add these. So this will give us -4. And then the last step will be to do 7 times -4, and that number is going to go right up here. 7 times -4 is, well, -28. That's cool. Now we'll add these, and we get 0. Okay, so we'll have no remainder. And then we're going to go back through our answers here. Okay, and remember, we started with a degree 3 polynomial, so we're going to lose 1 degree. So we'll represent this answer as 4x squared plus 28x minus 4 with no remainder. Okay, so whether you guys like synthetic or regular American division, that's up to you. In no way am I going to make you do one or the other. You guys can do whatever works best for you. Questions, comments, let me know. Besides that, have a good rest of your day. We'll see you all tomorrow.